You don't know. You don't know that the smear campaign has already begun long before you thought so. So when you were still living with the narcissist, the whole game was rigged already. The odds were stacked against you. All your relationships are under control, are monitored and manipulated in the background, especially relationships to the opposite sex. Excuse me if this concept is not aligned with your understanding of it, but I believe it. Let's not go down this rabbit hole. We've gone down all the rabbit holes recently. We followed all the roads. So the smear campaign is already running to shape and prepare a narrative, a discard, a destiny switch, a transfer of livelihood, identity, confidence, libido. So the goal is to make you unalive, to push you out of society, to make you not credible. And it is a highly strategic game that is running in the background. It is not real what is happening. It's based on very sick fantasies and very dark desires of people. So it's possible to see through it and deal with this, but at the same time it has an effect, a very unhealthy effect on you, as long as you don't know it. And this is because of immaturity and a lack of education, understanding, a lack of the ability to create and maintain boundaries, and it's based on your kindness and goodwilling and the illusion of we. So they say we will find a solution. We do this. It's not we. You are the victim. You are the scapegoat, and the game is already rigged against you. The odds are stacked. Okay? The discard is prepared. The narrative in the end should be that you have gone voluntarily or because you crashed out, you became aggressive, you had some problems, and slowly but surely they try to undermine your position in a working place, your emotional stability. They support self-destructive behavior. They reward. That's the narcissistic in training means, to reward self-destructive behavior. They entrain you to do things that are not good for you, that make you more and more dependent and helpless in the hands of your abusers. And they punish healthy behavior. When you do something that increases your freedom, when you do something that is good for you, you start a new hobby, you are, whatever it's sport, it could be building something, learn new skills, do something that builds you up for the future, makes you stronger, connects you to reality. These things trigger high competitiveness. So a good person that loves you would support you in doing these things. A person that wants to bring you down will not support you for doing things that are good for you, because a good person will understand it's good for everybody if you do things that are good for you, because you are really a community, a group. You benefit if somebody in the group is benefiting, But the narcissists, they reveal themselves when they get competitive about the good things that you do for yourself, and then they say, oh, but now I do this too, now I need also to do this, and then they get angry and fight about these things, you know. But you will not understand this. You will be gaslit and not understand it when you're in the situation. You will understand this later. But again, all your relationships have already been rigged. Okay? Especially to the opposite gender. Sex. Sorry, I am a little bit insecure about these concepts recently because I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what is okay, what is not okay. The game is rigged, has been rigged, and yeah, the smear campaign is hidden in plain sight. So I had, can we do it? We don't do it. Well, we could have done it. So I had several relationships to women, and they have all been rigged. They have all been influenced and controlled externally. Anyway, where I want to get today is the goal is to push you out of society and make it look that the problems arose for you because you're unstable. Therefore, you are untrained, self-destructive, dependent behavior that promotes dependence is rewarded. Behavior that is good for you, healthy behavior that makes you stronger, is punished, and connections to reality, other relationships are controlled, monitored, and if necessary, destroyed. The goal is to push you out of society. If they can manage to get your driving license, if they can manage to make the position that you have at work unstable, they will do this. They will use your empathy. They will try to make negative things happen in your life as if they were coincidentally, you know. They will try to snatch on you to get your driving license. They will use your empathy when they say, you know, oh, we have to do this for the kids, you have to stay home. Then you stay home, and this undermines your position at work, and then we have a problem, we will have to sell the house if you don't do that, and then you do that, and then you get problems with your boss at work, and you have to give up your job, and then it doesn't help at home, and then and then you get discarded, and you have lost your job, your driving license, your agency, everything, because you played this stupid game. And then it's ready for the smear campaign is already in full swing. They then say, oh, Julian, yeah, this guy, he had problems, and he wanted to go because we made a humiliation ritual and sleep deprived him. So he decided freely decided, because of all these problems, he wanted to go. And now we are the saviors, and we will save this now because, all the money, we have so great plans. I already have, against his will, cut him off his financial support and his support system of our friends. So I made sure that all this support will come into my hands, and coercive control is perfectly legal in Germany. So I mean, this is just so sad and a pity that this happened, but yeah, just give the money all to me. So this is how the swing campaign is in full swing, the smear campaign. It's hidden in plain sight. It's just negative things happening to you that are aimed to undermine your functionality in society and undermine your credibility. And then they can tell any story they want, because the relationships to your support system is all rigged. They have infiltrated everything. Even your mother, your father, everything is influenced, okay? Everything is in perfect control. So, when I was ejected from this dynamic, I intuitively understood that I have to reintroduce myself to society. Something happened that I have never ever experienced before, and that was my contact to people in the street. When I walk the street, I look somebody in the eyes and I say hello. There was an animosity. There was something I never knew before, okay? It was like, okay, they finally made a dark ritual, some black magic. They did it. They somehow made it that now negative things happen in my life, which never happened before. And now I can't connect to people in a positive way anymore. Something like that. So it could have to do with a break in confidence, with that some of this, the shared fantasy again, is aimed to take away the livelihood of people, humiliate them, make them doubt themselves, and support the smear campaign in advance. So being exposed to that, you have to imagine, I work 8 hours as a gardener. I get up early at 4 o'clock in the morning, take a cold shower, make a workout, work 8 hours as a gardener, go shopping after the work, come home and cook for the kids, spend some time with the kids, bring them to bed, and also I will get some conflict with the people, with the triangulation situation at home, and they will make it look that it's not enough what I do or whatever, while they just chilling at home and just do the organization and representative function to the outside. Anyway, in this system, you will be depleted, and when they then take away your opportunity to sleep, this is the last resort, because then you can't recover. And yeah, this is just the worst thing that can happen. Anyway, what I want to say is, it can be so intense that really force. I don't know how, but somehow they really get with the exposure, right? That's what I wanted to say. When you come home and then you're exposed to this shared fantasy, even though you do 70% or 80% of all the work that a group should do together, and they pretend to do it together, but it's all just control and organization what they do, and representation to the outside. So they are the representatives, and you are the content. You are the content, the real performance, but you don't get the attention for it or the recognition, okay? You rather get devalued for doing that. And this constant gaslighting will break something in you, will undermine your perception of reality, or of self, even of self, after some time. And I intuitively understood I have to fix this. And what I did when I was ejected out of this dynamic, it was my own decision, free. I have free will. I had some problems, I was dysfunctional, so I decided free. I want to go. I just told them, I'm not gonna finance this thing that you do, but I had to, because they decided so. And anyway, this changed the dynamic again. But yeah, I went away because I understood I have to reintroduce myself to society. So I went to a big city where people, to put it bluntly and straight, where there is a lot of broken people in that city. Everybody lives together on the street. There is a connection on the street. It's a social aspect there. Everybody is, everything is normal. You can be what you want to be there. It's not gonna be something special. And I had dreadlocks. I was deeply, I was shaken. I was changed inside, because I was a functioning family father that performed very hard and was emotionally available for the kids, plus doing a full-time job, plus fighting a narcissistic shared fantasy dynamic and coercive control. And then suddenly I was ejected out of this and find myself in that city. And in this city, it worked. It took 1 year, but I reconnected to people in general. I could study people there. I was, in some way, people realized me as a human being. I remember after this experiences that I made at home, that people who treat me just normal and say, good morning, you want a coffee, you want a tea, here's your place, you can do this here, you can work here. It felt I was overwhelmed by this generosity and this human touch. So that what we call a normal human behavior will seem to be overwhelmingly empathetic, nice people. They're so good to me. They see me as a human being. They realize who I am. They offer me something just because I'm here. They give me air to breathe, a private space. What? How? Thank you. How? You say thank you for everything. People will say, it's okay. They will say, it's okay. It's okay. Just chill. Just chill. Just shut up and take one. Yeah. And it took 1 year for me to get this reintroduction into society. And that is, afterwards, I learned from some Wagnin that this is, we have to start out. The humiliation rituals and the smear campaign and the constant gaslighting regress us. This is the entraining that rewards self-destructive behavior and punishes behavior that supports your independence, your sovereignty, self-efficacy. This behavior is punished and taken away from you over time, so you will have to start new. You're infantilized. And I really felt this switch that never happened in my life before. That I walk in the street and I can't connect to people the way I used to be able to connect to people. There was this break. There was a break that I felt. And it was never there before. And negative things happened to me. I'm normally a person that is lucky. I'm lucky. I have luck. No negative things happen to me. I'm in it. I'm in the flow. I'm in the mood. My mojo is working. Everything goes good. I find a way. And I felt that my essence was really, I felt this is serious. I need to fix this, okay? And I did. It worked. And I did this by go to a city, even though I'm not a city person. I'm not a city person, but I needed to go into a very lively space where everybody is kind of welcome and everything is normal. I can go there with dreadlocks. I can go there where, I can go as a weirdo, as a broken motherfucker, everything okay. And this was necessary. This was necessary. This was step one. So this video was about the smear campaign is hidden in plain sight. You don't even realize that it is already going. You will be like, you go out of the narcissistic family dynamic and you'll be like, so where's the smear campaign? I don't feel it. There is no smear campaign. It's already running. It's already over probably, okay? It's the narration that you don't hear. You leave behind all the people and all the relationships have been rigged and influenced and monitored, okay? And that's the smear campaign. The narration that everybody thinks is true, and therefore the only cure is, as I said, and retrospectively I found out through Sam Vaknin and my education about narcissistic abuse recovery that the things I did were all right and are scientifically supported. So reintroducing to society means that you do two things. The one thing, we should be fluent in archetypes by now. One part is at home in a private space, in a protected area. The feminine side is to nourish yourself, practice self-love, lick your wounds, and basically parent yourself, your inner child. This is what you do in private. Go to therapy, things like that. But the masculine side is of individuation and healing from narcissistic abuse is to be tethered to reality. Because the danger, if you do only the feminine part at home, the self-care part, is that you just create a new fantasy, a narcissistic fantasy. But when you're tethered to reality, which means you put a focus on functioning in society, you have a connection to new people, you get validated, you make your own money, you feel that you have the power to live by yourself. You have a reason to be proud, arrogant. This makes sure that you also have a good antidote against the narcissistic shared fantasy and the smear campaign, because it takes a long time, but you will prove to be different than what they say. And you will prove the narrative wrong. You will prove the narcissistic shared fantasy wrong. And this is possible when you're tethered, connected to reality, and reality means functioning in society. You meet people there that give you a realistic feedback, and you can get the respect of these people. And this is the only the way that people believe you. They know you, they get to know you, they respect you. And that's the way. That's what I say.